So what happened? Why are we comfortable with paying MSRP for our products? Specifically, we're talking about Pokemon products at MSRP, if not more. So here's the situation. So for a long time, you were able to pick up products on eBay, TikTok Shop, all these places for under MSRP. Card stores, online card shops were selling products under MSRP. You know, they couldn't move them at MSRP because no one was buying them at MSRP. MSRP, that ugly, dirty word in the collecting space, MSRP. You know, so when I remember going back to when I very first started buying Pokemon, it was for my daughters. They were young. I would say this was in 2005-ish era. And I'd go into like Borders books with my kids. We'd go let them run around, play, read books, do all that kind of stuff. We'd pick up a couple packs of Pokemon or a tin, and then we'd go home, open those, and you know, I tried to teach them how to play the game a little bit. So we did. We played a little bit of the game, sat on the floor with the placemat, hurt my knees. Yeah, I don't miss those sitting on the floor days trying to play Pokemon cards with my kids. My son, he did the same thing. He was born in 2008. He didn't start playing Pokemon until probably about 2012. And in that era, he was 4. He was like a little kid, couldn't read. So he was trying so hard. It did help him learn how to read faster because he really wanted that. And the video games like Mario Brothers, games that had a lot of reading in them, you know, it helped him learn how to read faster because he had an interest in it. But like, everything was MSRP back then. I didn't go buy off eBay. I didn't go buy off any other online sites. I just go into a store, grab what I wanted. There was plenty of stuff on the shelves, always. We're here in California. Borders books, Target. Target had stuff in the front of the store. They had stuff in the back of the store. All kinds. The Pokemon section was always full. The bottom shelf had stacks of collection boxes. There was ETBs in the middle shelf. There was stuff hanging on the hangers. All at MSRP. All at MSRP. And if you didn't want to pay those prices, there was places you can go to pay less, and people did that. People did that quite a bit. You know, so we're talking like Sun and Moon era, booster boxes in the Sun and Moon era, like the early part, Sun and Moon, Guardians Rising, stuff like that. I went on to eBay, and if I recall exactly correctly, it was about $68 for a booster box, which is cheap by today's standards, but that was expensive back then. In 2012, 2013, whatever it was, that was expensive. So I didn't buy that stuff. I don't know if that was exactly Sun and Moon that time. That would be closer to 2015 or so, but you know, we were still in the XY as well and stuff like that. You know, I didn't stop buying because when my daughters got out of it, my son had already got in, and they were like playing with him and stuff like that because he does actually play the game, and he builds decks, and he lets me know what cards are playable, and that causes price spikes sometimes, like the Screamtail right now. Pokemon Center Screamtail just shot up a bunch. It's all of a sudden playable because of a card that was released in Prismatic. But anyway, off topic there. So Pokemon, they literally figured out a way. They figured out a way to make you happy with paying MSRP. As a matter of fact, you will complain if you don't get MSRP. They figured it out. They figured it out. And the Pokemon Center website is like fresh out of anything at heat stock. They have 2 booster boxes up there, Stellar Crown and Temporal Forces. That's it. For the last couple years, they had Sword and Shield boxes, all the Scarlet and Violet boxes. The only thing that was like really sold out was 151. Pretty much. I mean, I think Paldea Vault booster boxes went away off of there earlier than some of the other ones. But like I said, it was sitting there at MSRP, and nobody was buying it. Nobody was buying it at all. So what did they do? What caused us to feel that MSRP was a good deal now? Okay, and this all started in the Surging Sparks time. Greninja got the ball rolling on Scarlet and Violet being able to have $300 cards or $200 cards, because no cards were up there at that point. Not Bubble Mew, not Sunzard, none of that. But the booster boxes sat at $161. Twilight Masquerade booster boxes sat. And then all of a sudden, you know, Surging Sparks comes out. And those booster boxes not only they were supposed to drop after initial release, but they didn't do that. Not only did they not do that, they went up, and they're at like $250 right now. $250 for a booster box when you were able to get stuff from the Sword and Shield era for under 143, and you preferred buying it somewhere else for under 143. Now you would prefer Surging Sparks was sitting on the Pokemon Center website for 161. And I understand, that's market value. I mean, MSRP, not market value. Market value is going to dictate. Market value is the new MSRP right now. Market value was the old MSRP back then. You weren't buying off Pokemon Center because you didn't like their MSRP. You were buying off places like Smoke and Mirrors and Game Nerds and all that stuff. Josh's Cards, because they sell for lower than MSRP when they have to. Right now they don't have to. They can sell everything at MSRP or above. Yes, people will complain, but it's selling. So Pokemon Center, Pokémon International, they figured it out. They sat down, they tried to figure something out, and they did it. And I think they're using the distributors, they're using scalpers, they're using FOMO, they're using whatever they can use to get you to buy their stuff at MSRP right off of their website, right there, where we weren't buying from before. Battle Styles is sold out now. Vivid Voltage sold out. Things that were sitting there for years, all of a sudden they're all sold out. Over time, yes, everything should sell out, but they sold out this year, back to back to back. Silver Tempest, Vivid Voltage, all that stuff, back to back to back to back, just kept selling out. Twilight Masquerade, gone. What did they do? So here's the situation. They could print whatever they want, how much ever they want, but they don't have to tell you how much they printed. They don't ever have to tell you how much they printed. But they can let the distributors tell you how much they don't have. And that is the perfect storm for you to get got and you to feel like MSRP is good, because distribution now reports that they have less stuff. So the shop that you go to, your local shop, reports they got less stuff. Danny Phantom reports that he got 33% of what he ordered. Pokey reports that they got less than they ordered. You know what I mean? They could print this stuff into the ground, and then they double down and then put a release out, that Prismatic. We know that some Pokemon products aren't getting in the hands, so we're going to up our production, blah, blah, blah. Do you think that was like a thing to help you out? That was something to help them out. That was them solidifying that there's not enough product for you to get. That's what they did. That just caused more FOMO. That's more FOMO for the masses right there. That was gift wrapped, bow tied, and sent right to you so you could FOMO even more because they just told you we don't print enough. That's what that was. That wasn't to help you. That was to help them sell off all the stuff off their website. That is what Pokémon International has done. This will not last for a long time. That is not a sustainable way of going about business. It's not. It's not sustainable. You can't create FOMO and expect that to be the regular. I think they're hoping, so we got all these new people that jumped in during Surging Sparks and Prismatic, and to them, an Obsidian Flames booster box at 125 was a deal. So they bought all those up, and it became the norm. A Scarlet and Violet booster box sub 100, yeah, right. They're gonna buy all those up because they can't get a Surging Sparks booster box for less than $250. But for $100, I can go get Scarlet and Violet. Let's go buy them all. This is what happened. So we got a bunch of new people that came in during Pokemon Pocket, which is the Surging Sparks and the Prismatic announcement, right in that era, right at that time, and everything seemed like a deal. Everything. Why is Drowsy a $50 card now? Because it was undervalued at 10 or 12 bucks, especially to the new people who've seen how expensive the Umbreon is and how much expensive the Pikachu from Surging Sparks is. Hey, but the Drowsy down there is super cheap. The Houndour from Obsidian Flames is about to be a $20 card. I think it's already up there. A lot of cards just popped off after the Surging Sparks and the Prismatic announcement. It's because almost for sure, mostly because of all the new people coming in with their eyes all wide and seeing undervalued stuff when all the stuff they jumped in on is way overpriced. It's a perfect storm for what's going on right now. And Pokemon is using that to get you to open your wallet and buy stuff at MSRP. And be happy if you find stuff at MSRP. And complain if you can't find stuff at MSRP. And complain when shops have to charge more than MSRP for stuff because they're paying more. Distribution is charging them more. This is a fact. This is not me just saying this. Distribution is charging more for stuff. So people complained just recently, GameStop, booster bundles, selling them for $39.99. They had to put out a statement saying that they had to pay more than they used to pay before. But $39.99 is still below market value. And people are complaining. The people that complained did not pick up the limit two, look at them and go, I'm not paying that, no way, and set them down. They did not. They bought them, took them home, and then complained. That's what's going on right now. So if you can get something under market value, you're getting a good deal. If you get stuff at MSRP, you're getting a great deal. That's what we're at right now. That's not a sustainable market. That is not going to stay like that. Pokémon Center will end up being a place flooded with Pokemon products like it always has been at MSRP, when other people have so much competition to sell their stuff below MSRP. You know what I mean? All that stuff that's getting sold below MSRP, Pokemon made money off of that. All the stuff that's sitting on their product at MSRP, they will make money off of that. They're already making money hand over foot, and they're using these shops and stuff to sell stuff when the times are low. When the times are high, they're still using those shops to sell stuff because they need to get their stuff into more people's hands that way. But they also sell stuff direct from them, you know. So this is where we're at right now in this state of the market right now. Pokémon International has figured out a way for you to be happy with MSRP prices that they set. They set those prices. No one buys at those prices. It's too high, right? They set those prices and everyone's fighting and complaining and trying to get the stuff. They might raise the prices. They might raise the prices one more time. They might do that. But you know what? I think after all this hype and hysteria dies down a little bit, I think they want, since now people are paying well above MSRP for stuff, once it gets back down to MSRP levels, they want people to be happy with that. That is the goal. Sell your stuff at the highest price where your customer has a smile on their face and everybody wins, right? All right, man. So this is where we're at. We are paying MSRP and we are happy with paying MSRP. You know, we will get back to that where Obsidian Flames booster boxes were $90 and Scarlet Violet base were $80 and Paradox Rift was $92. You know, we'll get back to that. But for now, Pokemon has figured out a way to make you happy with paying MSRP. That dirty word MSRP. We are paying it and we are happy to pay it. All right, man. End of my video. I'm done ranting about this. Like I said, just adjust, adapt, hold on. Don't let it, dissuade you from, collecting and being in this, because it's a beautiful thing. It's a cool little hobby. Me and my son enjoy it together. If I didn't have kids, I probably wouldn't be making this video. But since I have kids and they've gone through the Pokemon stuff for their entire life, and my son is still into it, I'm making this video and we're talking about prices and the market. All right, you guys have a great day. I will see you on the next video. I am out.